You know how to scrap. I'll give you that. But it's not enough. Let's see how you do with something a little more cerebral. Better hurry, detective. Solve my puzzle soon. Or people are gonna get hurt. And we know you can't let that happen.
You should have called us before going in, Gordon.
Waller?
After all, we're here to help.
Yo, what is up, guys? It's Gamerverse back again, here to do another review for you guys today, man. So today we are reviewing a really cool game. Today we are reviewing Telltale's Batman, The Enemy Within. Yes, this game did release back in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, this is a follow-up to the original Batman, the Telltale series, which I also did review on my channel. You guys can go ahead and check it out. But yeah, we'll be going over the game, reviewing a little bit today, and you know, just getting into the game, and you know, hopefully you guys decide if you want to play it or not. By the end of the video, I will give the game a final score, and you guys can let me know what you think in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get into it. First, I want to talk about the story. So, how does the game stand out in compared to other Batman games? Yeah, it's a little bit different. It's obviously a Telltale game, meaning that it's a story game, meaning also that you will be making decisions, you will be shaping the game to your heart's content, you'll be shaping the game in your own way, making decisions, but also engaging in quick time events. We call them QTEs. Engaging in these quick time events when it comes to combat, deciding things. There's a lot of ways the game can go. I think the game has about more than 4 endings, if I'm not mistaken. About 4 endings or 5 endings in the game. Yeah, it also features the characters like the Joker, Bane, Catwoman, Harley Quinn. A lot of these cool characters that are in the original Gotham comics, the Batman comics. And your player choices really shape the transformation of these characters. What you decide to tell Joker really shapes him a lot, and his character changes throughout the game. He's actually the enemy within, which they are referring to in the title. There is a lot of emotional depth in the game. There's a lot of moral conflicts. But like I said, it's up to you to approach the game how you want to. And Telltale's approach to Bruce Wayne, I almost said Brute, but Bruce Wayne's identity and like versus his Batman identity, because in the game you are juggling both identities, so you are playing with both Batman and Bruce Wayne, and you are doing things with Bruce Wayne and with Batman, and there's a lot of things that you can reflect on while playing the story. And in 2025, I would say the game still feels very much engaging. Telltale's approach to making story games is just really, really cool. I mean, when people played The Walking Dead, they also played games like The Wolf Among Us. By the way, we are still waiting on The Wolf Among Us 2. Hopefully it comes out soon. But yeah, they just hit it off the park with this one as well. And the story feels very fresh and still engaging. If you are into the Batman world, if you're into the Gotham world, the story will definitely hook you, and the story is definitely worth it. Yeah, I did touch a little bit on the gameplay, but I do want to talk a little bit about the choice and the consequence system that the game uses. It is meaningful, and they are, like I said, there's a lot of choices that you make. The impact of the game, like I said, I will compare it with games like The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us, because it is the same people that made the game. And of course, like I said, the game is very much replayable because of the story. that has different branching parts, and there's a lot of highlight moments in the game, key decisions that you take, and all of these moments shape the game's story. So think about what you decide before you do. I won't mention any spoilers, but there's a lot of key moments with the Joker. There's a lot of key moments with Harley Quinn. There's a lot of key moments with Catwoman, and also minor characters like Jim Gordon and Lucius. I think, yeah, it's a couple of things happen that you can't change. But like I said, small characters and big characters have things that they can change, and things that can change about them depending on the decisions that you make. Next, guys, let's talk a little bit about the characters. Standout performances in the characters, especially Joker. There's a lot of good standout performances by Joker and Harley Quinn, and of course Bruce Wayne, the main character. The writing takes a really good role in the game, and the writing in the game is just very, very cool in my opinion. There's a lot of differences based on the previous game. The previous game was not involving Joker at all. Sorry, yes, it's just a little bit. I think he was in like 1 or 2 episodes, but he's a light character in the previous game. But in this one, he's more of like a main character, and he's somebody that you talk to a lot in the game. And the writing takes a lot of roles in terms of his role and the differences based on the decisions that you make in the game. So based on those decisions that you make, the game will be shaped. And the supporting cast like Amanda Waller, even Alfred as well, contributes to the whole tone and moral tension in the game. Next, guys, let's talk a little bit about the graphics. Let's talk visuals. Let's talk the art direction. The game's graphics and animation is very, very unique. I mean, it's Telltale style, so it has this like a comic book style mixed with like a realism type of feel. And as you guys know, this is Telltale style. And even with them using this style, the game still feels very, very fresh in terms of the graphics. I had the game running on altered settings on my PC, and as you guys can see on the screen, the game looks really good and running at 60 frames per second. And you can also put your VSync off if you do want the game to run for more than 60 frames per second. You can go ahead and put your VSync on and maybe run the game on like 100 frames per second if you want to. And if you're playing on PC, like I said, there's a lot of settings that you can change the resolution, the visual tweaks to your heart's content. There's a lot of settings there, and yeah, guys, the graphic art direction is very, very cool. It still has its solid Telltale Series vibe with the comic book style, but also blending the realism and making the game look fresh. Next, I do want to talk a little about the gameplay, a little bit more about the gameplay. I know we discussed it a little bit, but how does the game run? Also, I want to talk a little bit about the performance too. On PC, it ran really good. Like I mentioned, it ran really smooth, zero bugs, zero crashes or glitches or anything like that. And yeah, there's QTE mechanics, of course, in the game, like the exploration and the dialogue pacing, where you have to decide what you want to say. But with the QTE events, you gotta obviously press particular buttons in time for the QTE to take place, and to perform the QTE successfully. Yeah, those are the mechanics that they use in terms of the gameplay. And like I said, zero bugs, zero crashes, and zero technical issues. The game performs really good. Telltale games always perform really good, to be honest with you. And in 2025, that's a really good thing. There's a lot of games out there that look good, but they don't run good, and they just very, very poorly optimized. But this game is really, really well optimized, and the gameplay still feels smooth for being an older game compared to newer interactive story games. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Next, I do want to talk verdicts. Let's talk verdicts. Is it still fun? Is it emotionally gripping? Yes, and it is definitely worth replaying if you have played it before. I haven't played it before. I played the previous one. Like I said, the previous one is just called Batman Telltale Series. I played that one, and this one is a direct sequel to that. And the replay value in the game is really cool. There's a lot of replay value. Like I said, 4 endings, 5 endings. story impact is cool, and the modern accessibility. It is on Steam, it is on the PlayStation Network, it is on the Xbox Store. You can get it on console and on PC. And newcomers, I feel like if you are a newcomer, you should play the first game, but you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to play the previous one. The game actually asks you at the beginning when you boot it up, it asks you if you played the previous one, and there's the option to import your save from the previous one, so the game knows exactly the decisions that you made on the previous game, and all of that ties in. But like I said, you don't have to play the first one. If you haven't played the first one and you boot this one up, well, wherever you play it, on PC, console, whatever, you'll still be able to just play it from a particular point, and it wouldn't really matter that much. But if you are a big fan of the game, I would suggest playing the first one. Like I'm a huge fan of Batman games, so I had to play the first one. Like I said, the review for the first one is also on my channel. You can go ahead and check it out. So overall experience for me playing this game was really good, and my personal takeaway from playing this game is that Telltale really made some good games. Telltale are not in existence anymore. They are not making games anymore, but these games that they've made is really, really good. I will mention The Wolf Among Us again, The Walking Dead, and even these Batman games are really smooth. And if I were to give this game a final score, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. A very, very solid 8 out of 10 for Batman, the enemy within the Telltale series. Guys, that is my final score, and I'm sticking with that score. Let me know what you think, though. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the game. If you're planning to play it, you're planning to get into it, let me know what your comments are. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel, guys. It is completely free to subscribe. Trying to build my YouTube community, and I appreciate each and every one of you subscribing. And yeah, guys, I've been Gamerverse, and I will see you guys in another video.